preach in the dark. Amen. It's so good to see each and every one of you again this morning. We thank God for you as we enter into 2020. I'm going to go ahead and jump right into our word this morning because I think we got some pancakes and some waffles out there after service, and so I want to make sure that I participate in that. If that's all right. Let me just be honest. Make sure I participate in that. So I'm going to go ahead and say what the Lord has asked me to say, and we're going to keep it moving. I ain't going to rush. I'm going to take some time. I'll be finished when I'm through. Amen? Amen.
All right now.
That's all right. I want us to take a look at the First Testament book of Psalms, the 98th Psalm, if you have it.
89?
If you have a Bible or if you have it on your app, it's the 98th Psalm. The 98th Psalm.
89? 89?
If you would rest to your feet. 89. No, 98.
98.
98. Says 89 on the screen?
Yeah.
I just put that there.
Actually, I typed that. I'm fun of myself. It is the 98th Psalm. I do apologize for that. It is the 98th Psalm. Amen. A little different this year. I promised myself that I was going to preach with a handheld. Can I use that one, please? I want to preach with a handheld this year. I like to talk with my hands, but in 2020, I want to challenge myself a little bit and use a microphone. Is that all right? All right. So 98th Psalm, the 98th Psalm. Read that for you. 98th Psalm. I'm reading from the Message translation, the 98th Psalm, starting at verse 1. There are only 9 verses, so I think I'll read all of them. Sing to God a brand new song. He's made a world of wonders. He rolled up his sleeves. He set things right. God made history with salvation. He showed the world what he could do. He remembered to love us, a bonus to his dear family, Israel, indefatigable love. The whole earth comes to attention. Look, God's work of salvation. Shout your praises to God, everybody. Let loose and sing. Strike up the band. Round up an orchestra to play for God and add on a 100-voice choir. Feature trumpets and big trombones. Fill the air with praises to King God. Let the sea and its fish give a round of applause. With everything living on earth joining in. Let ocean breakers call out encore and mountains harmonize the finale. A tribute to God when he comes to set the earth right. He'll straighten out the whole world. He'll put the world right and everyone in it. You may be seated in the presence of the Lord. I want to read verse 1 again. Sing to God a brand new song. He's made a world of wonders. Sing to God a brand new song. He has made a world of wonders. Your translation may have said, sing to God. He has done marvelous things. Growing up, you may have heard me say this before. Growing up down south, we would have epic cookouts, Adrian. Memorable cookouts. Perhaps none like you've ever seen before. As a matter of fact, I'm convinced that Tyler Perry heard about the Johnson cookouts in Virginia. Because every time I watch one of his movies, it looks like he's taking a page from the Johnson family cookout. They were memorable, Cole. Cars lined up down the entire street, wrapped around the corner. Whether you were invited or not, Sister Kim, people showed up. They knew they were going to get fresh crabs. They knew chicken was going to be fried. They knew fish was going to be happening. They knew drinks was going to be flowing for the unholy. They knew they were going to have a good time when they showed up to the Johnson Cookout. We had songs playing, Sister Angela, like the Arcades, like Confunction, like LTD, like Patrice Rushen, the Parliament Funkadelics, Climax, the OJs, Isaac Hayes. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all remember that song, the Double Dutch buses coming down the street? What about Junior's Mama used to say, take your time, young man, don't you rush to get old. And what about that one hit wonder, Sister Sophia? I believe in miracles. I'm going to stop right there. That's going to take y'all somewhere else. But real, Keith, I love music. I love me some music. In the words of the OJs, Tayana, I love music. Any kind of music. Just as long as it's grooving. Makes me laugh, makes me smile. Makes me want to be around you a little while. I love music. Sweet, sweet music. And many of you know while music is made for public consumption, it's often personal for the writer. Even the music that we listen to is personal for us as listeners. And so the question might be asked now, what is music? Ask me. What is music? Most define music as a sound organized by using three things: rhythm, melody, or harmony. Rhythm is the way the musical sounds and even the silences are put together in a sequence. Every tune, Kia, has a rhythm that can be tapped. The melody. The melody is single notes that act as the main focus of the song. And it acts as the means of communication to its listener. In common vernacular, everyday talk, the melody is simply the tune. It emits emotion. They call it the melodic contour, Marquise. Contour. It is how the sound is shaped. It's how the notes rise and how the notes fall. I discovered when I was researching this week, some notes are called conjunct notes. In other words, there are notes that are side by side. There are notes that are right there together. And then there are other notes that are called disjunct notes. They leap from one note to the other. Musicologists, those who study the art and science of music, say that they are both important to music. And they say most good music is a mixture of both. Sounds a little bit like life. Sometimes life goes this way, doesn't it? And then every now and again, life jumps up and down. Music communicates something much deeper, doesn't it? Music creates a mood. It sets an atmosphere. It takes us on an emotional journey. Have you ever been in a weird and awkward place and you put on a particular song and it just calms you down? You ever been prepping for a party or an event and you wanted the place hype before the people stepped in? And so you put on that kind of music that got everybody riled up? Music takes us on a journey. It moves our emotions. Music soothes and it calms. 1 Samuel 16, before David became king, the Bible told us that King Saul would have anxiety and stress, and David would play instruments in order to calm him down. Can I ask you a personal question this morning? What kind of music were you singing in 2019? And how are these songs already starting to affect and effect your 2020. Some of us have already stepped into 2020, if we can be honest, singing the same old songs. The same old songs of worry. The same old songs of doubt. The same old songs of anxiety. The same old songs of lack. I want to unpack just a little bit of this text this morning because I think it's important for us to consider the context of this text. And the context is important, Marquise, because it tells us the current state of affairs. It gives us a backdrop on what's going on at that particular time. While music and songs can set a mood, and Lord knows it can, they can also tell us what mood we're already in.
Okay. Wow.
They can set a mood, but they can tell us what mood we're already in. I can get a sense of what your spirit is going through by what you're listening to.
Come on.
I can tell where your head is by what you play.
Come on.
David was a man of war and a man of worship. As a small nation, his administration was characterized by war. He was either protecting, defending, or avenging. So this song that we've just read was a song of hope, a song of redemption, a song of rejoicing about what God was going to do. This song, according to the Hebrew people, was a futuristic kind of a song. This song was projecting out based on what God had already done. This song was looking ahead with confidence because they can stand on what God had already did. And so the songwriter says, let us sing a new song, for he has, catch this, done marvelous things. Let us sing a brand new song because he has past tense, has done marvelous things. He has done miraculous things. That's the translation there in Hebrew. The Hebrew word there means miraculous. We can project and sing a new song based on what he's already done for us.
Amen.
Let us sing a new song. It is a futuristic kind of a song. And I do believe this morning, Amari, I believe some of us are seriously trying to sing another kind of song. And that's where I want us to stick a pin in this morning. And I want to try to close and run through the rest of this conversation because I want us to sing about our future in present tense. Y'all missed that. I want us to sing about what hasn't happened yet as if it has already happened. Let us sing a brand new song. For he has already done marvelous things. By faith, I can forecast what God will do by what he's already done. I'm trying to drive a point on here. I want us to sing about the not yet, like it's the right now. And until the right now becomes the what was. I like that. I want us to sing like we will be healed. Like our relationships will be restored or removed. You missed that. I want us to sing like our fractured friendships will be fixed or simply finished. I want us to sing like God will turn it around. Like our finances already have favor. Like marriages that are mangled will be mended. I want us to sing like it is already transpired. Like it's already done. As we sing in 2020, I want you to know it is the experiences that you have had that God will use to write your new song. The rhythm, the melody, the ups, the downs, the conjuncts, the disjuncts, they will be your masterpiece. No experience is wasted with God. Everything that God takes you through has a purpose. Everything that God allows you to experience has an intent. Your ups and your downs, your conjuncts, those smooth moments, those rough places all work for the good of those are the called according to his purpose. Let us sing a new song, for he has done marvelous things. Are you here in 2020? You didn't have to be.
Yes, Lord. Amen. Say that again.
Did the Lord allow you to make it over?
Yes, Lord.
He didn't have
You
to.
didn't have to. Yes, yes, yes.
Are you still living under your roof?
Yes.
Some of our situations, it had to be that way. Are you still employed?
Yes.
Didn't have to be.
Didn't have to be.
Let us sing a new song because he has already done
Yes,
marvelous things. The rhythm, the melody, the ups, the downs will be your masterpiece. You will be able to say, this joy that I have, the world didn't give it and the world can't take it. You'll be able to sing like the late Walter Hawkins, what is this that makes me feel good inside? What is this that makes me want to run on and sing in Jesus' name? What is this that makes me do right when I want to do wrong? What is this? You'll be able to sing like Kirk Franklin, the melodies from heaven. They'll look at your life and they won't be able to line up the melody based on what they know you've been through. How does something beautiful come out of something that's been so messed up? How does a song come out of something with a life like that? The melodies from heaven. When God's anointing falls upon his people, it ain't based on what he's allowed you to go through. It's based on what he's allowing you to come out of. And so the songs that you sing sound different. Can I talk about Adele for just a second? It wasn't in my notes, but her greatest project ever, the one that caused her to go platinum multiple times, the one that had her traveling all over the world, was birthed out of her hurt, was birthed out of her pain. And because she put it on wax in an authentic and organic way, the world was blessed. Those who knew Christ and those who didn't. If you've ever been in a wrecked relationship, if you've ever had a ruptured relationship, if you've ever had a fractured friendship, if you put on a project, it spoke to what you had been through and how you can get out of it. Our greatest masterpieces are birthed out of the things that the Lord will allow us to go through. Let our songs in 2020 reflect the power of the God that we say we serve. I'm about done. But when we communicate a new song, we're communicating that we believe God can do miracles because he's done them before. Can I pause parenthetically and just say right here, everyone wants a miracle, but miracles are born out of crisis. The only way you really experience a miracle is if you have a problem. We want God to move miraculously, but you can't see his hand unless you need it. So when he moves miraculously, it means that we're in a tough place. But we believe God can do miracles because we've seen him do it before. When we sing a new song, we're communicating that God remembers his promise to us. If you're reading in the NLT or the NIV translation, it says he remembers his promise faithfully and in love to us. He remembers. That's why we can sing, because God has not forgotten. We can sing, I know it feels lonely right now. I know sometimes it feels awkward. I know sometimes we feel like we're in this weird kind of a space. But if you can just know that God does not forget and he's not slack concerning his promises. God remembers. He has not forgotten. So if you're willing to hold on, God will come through. If you're willing to stand, God will show up. We can sing a new song because it communicates God has announced his victory for us. It communicates that we already have the victory. It's like getting in the ring knowing that the fight has already been fixed. Yeah, I might sweat a little bit. I might even get hit by my opponent. But if I understand that the fight is already fixed, I know I don't care how many bruises I get, how many lumps I may get upside of my head. At the end of the fight, when a referee holds up that arm, he's holding up mine. I can stand and sing a new song because it communicates our victory. By I can forecast what God will do by what he's already done. I have an expectation that God can because God has before. And I believe that God will because God can. Is there anybody in here this morning ready to sing a brand new song? A song of purpose, a song of blessing, a song of... Is there anybody in here ready to sing a brand new song? Somebody needs to go home this morning and scrap your old songbook. You need to put those songs on the shelf, never to be opened again. You need to write a new chapter for your life. Every song that you sing needs to be reflective of God's power in your life. Every song that you write needs to reflect just who God is in your life. Let's stop writing songs that contradict who we say God is in our lives. He says write a brand new song. Some of us, we can't go into 2020 singing that same old junk and expecting a different outcome. We can't sing that old stuff and expect our spirits to feel better. We can't sing that same old stuff and expect our souls to be overwrought with his presence. We can't sing that same old stuff no more and expect God to move. If you want to hear God differently, you got to do something different. If you want to see God differently, you got to do something differently. You can't get God to move in a different way and you writing the same old songs and singing the same old songs. God says, I'm done with that. Stop asking me to contour, to shape according to you. He says, I am the Lord. I need you to be holy as I am holy. You need to construct yourself according to my word. No more in 2020 for us writing songs and then asking the Lord to bless it. No. Let us write our songs according to his will. How has he spoken to you? Write it down. What has he said to you? Sing it aloud. Let somebody else be blessed. That's your testimony. Your song, your life is a testimony to somebody else. Come on. Let us sing a new song unto the Lord this year. Jesus sang a new song. Jesus sang a new song. He decided to be crucified and give his life for us. He sang a new song. He said, I don't know you, but I believe my song is going to bless you. I haven't met you yet, but I believe my song is going to turn your life around. One day I'll get an opportunity to meet you, but until I do, I'm going to write this song so every time you go through something, you can look at the pages of history and see my lyrics and know that you can get over and you can get through. You can know that you can come out because of the songs that I've written. Let us write a new song. Let us look at your neighbor and say, I'm writing a new song. Yeah. Look at your neighbor again and say, I'm writing a new song. Yeah. Look at your neighbor and say, I'm throwing my old songbook away. Yeah. Write a new one. I'm done. But I don't want us to go into 2020 trying to do the same old thing, expecting God to move in a new way. God's going to move in a new way for us. We're going to have to do some things different. And I want you to see what God has already done. That becomes the building block for your faith. When you see what God has already done, it becomes an encourager to what he can do. Because you've already seen what he has done. And all of us in here, whether we've acknowledged it or not, God has been good to us. God has moved mountains out of our way. God has opened doors that no man could shut. And he shut some doors that needed to be closed. God has healed us in some ways that perhaps we haven't shared with anybody. God has touched our finances in ways where we've had more month than money. When we've had bills that we couldn't figure out how to put into our budget. God has allowed us not to miss a meal. He's allowed us to still have shelter over our heads. He's allowed our kids to still be clothed. He's allowed us to get back and forth and not have to run out of gas, the little things that we take for granted. I want to say to you all this morning, because you didn't have the power to do it, yeah, I would consider it a miracle. A miracle. When you got more month than money, you got more bills than budget, and you still eat, and you still able to go out, you still able to enjoy yourself, you still able to do, can I say to you, that is a modern day miracle. You ain't got to open up the Red Sea in order for it to be a miracle. The fact that there are things that you should not have had that you have is a miracle given your circumstance and your situation. And if we would just sing based on that, what could God do with our lives? If we would just stand on what he's already done, what will he do with our lives? That's the God we serve. What a mighty God we serve. Indeed, angels, when they bow before him, heaven and earth adores him. What a mighty God we serve. That's who we serve. That's who we're going to serve. That's who we're going to stand with. And I guarantee you, if you stand with him, he'll stand with you. If you rock with him, he'll rock with you. The Bible says if you come close to him, he'll come close to you. Test him. See won't be proved himself. The Bible says that he'll open up a window of heaven and pour out blessings that you won't have room enough to receive. If you come close to him, he'll come close to you. And I've never seen God touch anyone's life and they remain the same. Test him. Try him. He'll do it. Believe that he will. Come on, give the Lord a hand clap of praise this morning. This morning, I want to offer up salvation to somebody. I can't give it to you, but I know who has it. And this morning, I want to give you an opportunity to respond favorably to the Lord's call on your life. The Lord doesn't waste a life. Every life that he's made has a purpose and a specific intent. And I am convinced that some of us will go to our graves with the world having something undone because we didn't step into our rightful place. And so if that's you this morning, you're saying, I need to position myself to be all that God has called me to be this morning. You don't know him. You've never said yes to him. You know about him. You have a periphery understanding of who he is. If you want to make him the head of your life, can I offer him to you this morning? We ain't got a whole lot of space, but we got more than enough space for you to make your way here. If that's you this morning, if you want to say, I'm going to step out on faith, I'm going to do this, not because of my neighbor, not because of my mama or my daddy, my brother or my sister, but I'm going to step out. As a songwriter said, it's me, oh Lord. It's me, oh Lord, standing in the need of prayer. If that's you this morning, I'd love for you to make your way. You can go ahead and end that if you like, brother. If there's one